Hello and welcome everyone for our second match of the week 8 of the Wintersplit between SRG, Sphinx and Codex. I'm Kachka and I will be bringing you this series today with Milo. Hi man, how are you doing?
Hey, Kashka. I'm so looking forward to getting back into the Wintersplit. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, just before we talk about anything else, I want to come out with a disclaimer. There are some issues with the game and there is a possibility that it will not run, but we will still be going as if it did. So how about we jump into the match and talk about what we could be seeing, because, well, those are new teams, but we can get some of the information just from their profiles.
Yeah. So as far as we can see, both of these likes playing with a jungler who's very damage and gank oriented. For example, we see Gokumi Jungle from Sphinx. He likes playing something like the Camille, the Nidalee, while Bob Ross from Codex plays stuff like Nidalee as well, but also plays Graves and play the Lee. That's some stuff they have in common. The mid lane as well, very mage. But the top lane, though, that's going to be an interesting one, because we have Impager from Sphinx, who likes playing, as we've heard, she's an Urgot, and really focus on them, so he can play, well, he can play in his lane, or he can play in the side lane, or he can even go like with the team. Meanwhile, they have, on Codex, we have Champion, who plays these very split push, very strong fighters, like the Jace, for example.
Yeah,
So we can really expect to see something up there, I think.
yeah, topside will be the one to look to definitely, since yeah, the split push champions, the fighters, they are always interesting to see, especially to see just how the team sets it up, because you mentioned it, both junglers like to play these gang oriented champions, and mid laners playing the mages, most likely going for the utility or fighting roles, will mean that, well, we could be seeing top laners getting set up pretty nicely for whatever it is that the team wants them to do.
I do want to put focus one place where I think we're gonna keep most of our focus during laning phase. I think it's gonna be really exciting a lane, the bot lane. We have both E-Girl from Sphinx and the Lindsay from Codex playing hyper carries, which means that this could either be a very farm heavy bot lane where there's not gonna be a lot of action, or it's gonna be a really fight heavy bot lane where both of them want to try and get that little edge in the early game, and basically snowball into the later game. And both Codex and Vigor plays engage supports, so it's very possible to see a lot of fighting in the bot lane, or both of them just agreeing on farming and the supports roaming the map.
Yeah, really the playstyles are, I mean, there are possibilities for different playstyles, so the game one will be the pointer, which we will be probably using for the rest of the series to see how both of these teams will play. And yeah, I mean, bot lane will be very interesting, because you have got these Eagle playing more of the hyper carries, as well as the Plinzy playing Kaiser, as well as other AD carries. And yeah, these matchups can go really any way. We have actually seen yesterday, I believe, Kaiser versus Jinx matchup with Thresh and Alistar on support, but nothing much happened, but it could go so much differently. And I mean, yeah, that is something to look forward to.
I definitely think these are teams where we can't really set any clear idea yet. From what I've heard, I think Codex will just go for letting champion split push. They're probably gonna pick some great wave clear and disengage in their bot lane and mid lane. Might be going for that Cassiopeia, who's been really popular. She has fine wave clear and she has great disengage in her ultimate. Or they could just use they could pick Cassiopeia and pick an AD carry who not necessarily has great wave clear, but like together they can great wave clear. They could pick the Jinx maybe, or the Kaiser. And pick support who also just lets them, run away. Just thresh with the box. That's an amazing way to just not let people engage on you. Place down the box and run away. And then they're probably gonna go for something like the Jace that are really in top lane, just to split push.
Yeah, and let's not forget that in the series yesterday, that was 3 games. You pretty much saw all of the games end at around 30-minute mark. So that is something that we could be seeing, the games just ending in the mid game. So you really need to find the balance in what you want to play. You could go for the early game and just snowball your opponent. You could also do that mid game composition. So, the teams they really have a lot of space to work with, and I mean, I'm just gonna say that once again, we have not seen these teams play. We don't know what they actually like, and we can only make assumptions based off what they like to play in solo queue, which, well, is not always the greatest source of information when it comes to a 5v5 competitive environment.
No, not at all. And of course, as the split goes on, we're gonna get to know these team a lot more, know the players a lot more, be able to give you guys even more insight on the players. But for now, we just gotta go with what we can see, which is that they're probably going to go for the split push on the side of Codex, and Sphinx are probably going to go a little more team-oriented, or just pick and Pager a laner who can deal with champion split push, maybe, and then go for the 4v4 fights. I think that's definitely a possibility for them to go for, as they still do have Eagle who likes playing the damage, they have Bjargi who likes playing the damage. So it's not going to be an issue for them to go for the 4v4 fights as long as they match the picks from Codex.
Yeah, I mean, and Parker does play Singed, and, well, that is not really a champion that you see a lot. So what are actually your thoughts on that champion against split push matchups?
He can work for the sole reason that he just has really good wave clear. You'll just go wave clear with him, and that's all you have to do. He's not going to go into side lane and fight a split pusher. That's not his job. He's going to go out, wave clear with his poison, and because of the movement speed you'll build on him, plus his ultimate, you will actually be able to go up in your top lane or the bot lane, wave clear. Then actually, if you're doing it correctly, you can run mid lane, try and start a fight, a 5v4 fight, and then go back and take care of the split push again.
So yeah, so that is a champion that could be coming up. I will be very excited to see if that comes up. So technically going in 4 minutes, once again we don't really have any information on the team state and whether and when that will be going through, so we still have some more time to talk about some things that we could be seeing, or I mean, anything. Is there anything that you want to talk about?
Well, I do want to kind of put focus on the fact that we're back with the split. Like, it's going to be a greater split, it's going to be bigger. We're 20 teams now over 2 divisions, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
it's gonna be something that we can, like, we're gonna end up having. I think it's gonna be 6 teams going to playoffs if we calculate correctly earlier. And that's gonna be playoffs from 2 divisions, so it's actually gonna be 12 teams in playoffs in total.
Yeah, that will be a lot of matches once we get to the end of it all. But yeah, I mean, the split is interesting. One thing that I think I will keep bringing up though a lot is the fact that because of what happened in the first half technically and the whole reset and all the team changes, it's a single round robin. You only play against any other team once. That means in a scenario where you lost a series at the beginning of the split, let's say week 1, like yesterday you had Oracle lose to Virgo. If they end up next to each other in standings, Virgo will get that preferential spot due to the head-to-head. So every match counts. It's not only near the playoffs, it starts here.
Yeah, every match definitely do count. And I think it's going to be exciting to see. Because as the first week here, we're going through the first week. Every team will get to play in Division 1 through the first week, besides Hydra and Hero Esports. They have been moved to week 2. So, and we're getting a single Division 2 team as well this week. We're getting them actually later today. But yeah, after the first 2 weeks, every team has already played once. And the first game is the game you're going to go off with, is the game that people are going to see. You gotta make it a big one. You gotta show the other teams that you're not one to mess around with.
And playing around the momentum is something that we like to talk about a lot in the previous half of the split, and it will matter as well. Once you manage to get yourself on that positive wave of just winning the matches, it might actually mean the difference between a series win and a series loss if you are against another team that is pretty much as good as you, but they are coming off, let's say, a losing streak.
Yeah, it's gonna be... Well, there's ups and downs to both, right? If you come off with the first game having won it, people are gonna know you're not the one to mess around with, but you're also gonna be the one people are gonna be like, okay, we need to take them down. While if you lose the first one, you come in as kind of an underdog. So first of all, of course, you've lost a match, which is really bad, as you only get to play these teams once. But you might get a little underestimated and have a chance of making some bigger fights.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves what I literally forgot.
A great underdog story?
Yes, a great underdog story. It's always something to look forward to when a team that you don't expect to win actually does in the end. And like, I'm looking forward to seeing that. We have seen some nice upsets in the first half of the split, and even single game ones, they're just very, very entertaining to watch. So just an update, guys, we are still waiting. Sorry, I'm just getting the information. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that was the conclusion. We still don't really have any information about when the game is going to start, so looks like we have some stalling to do. I'm bad at thinking at what we should talk about, because I mean, well, yeah, we said it all pretty much.
Well, let's see, what can we talk about? Well, we can talk about how the fact that the first game of the split was a 3-game series.
Yeah, that is
we can go back and talk a little about this, because we have the, for everyone who doesn't know, on the Serenity Gaming servers, there are player sheets public for all the players who are going to play in this split. And yeah, I have them open here. I can take a look at them. I'm looking at Virgo. And yeah. I want to point out, we already have, so we can already see some kind of playstyle from the side of Virgo. We see that if I look at the overall kill participation, for example, someone like the Kaiser's their top laner, he actually had under 50%, which means they don't play around much him. He's just in the side lane, he's doing his thing. While the rest of the team has like around a 60 to 70% kill participation. So already there we can start seeing the playstyle these teams like to adapt. They want to play around the 4-man team and Kaiser, let Kaiser's do his thing.
Alright, so we just got information, that's why we went quiet, and I don't think it is a good one. But I will be the messenger, I guess. So the matches are apparently called off. FF from both teams, I am getting informed. No idea what that means. The solution will be worked on. So yeah, there is that.
Yeah, we are having problems with both teams, so it is just going to be, for now, there's not going to be a match. As said, there's going to be a solution figured out, and hopefully we're going to get these teams playing at one point. But yeah, be sure though to tune in later on, as we are still having a match later on. We are going to see Lyra versus Rushkill Esports.
Yeah, that will be in 4 hours at 19 Central European time, and yeah, Omega lol. Well, unlucky. I can't really say too much more than that. But yeah, there will be a match in 4 hours, so don't forget to join into that. I will not be the one casting it, but there will be some great casters. So, you know, just
it will be Milky Cereal and Karen. Yeah, you guys will get to meet Milky Cereal.
Yes, so tune in and give them some support. And yeah, unfortunately, looks like that will be it for us for now. Not much early, only the one in 4 hours. So yeah, see you then.